One of my favorites off of the recent project. Make sure you hit up iTunes and cop that. Two Sides to a Story by Peter Jackson and Brooklyn. That joint was called Lend Your Love. We're going to jump right into the interview right now, so stay tuned.
Yo, Breaking Records Radio, you know what it is. It's your host, Maloney here. I got my co-host, Obi-Wan in the place to be, and we got a special caller in on the phone right now, the homie 90 Nickel representative, frontman, Mr. Peter Jackson himself. How are you doing, man?
I'm very good, my brother. How you guys doing?
I'm doing great, man. I can't complain. Happy Easter to you.
Yes, sir. You too. It's a good day.
It is a good day. And speaking of which, you just dropped a brand new project today.
Yeah, I did. Myself and my brother Brooklyn, we dropped our album called Two Sides to a Story. Something that, you know, we've been working on for almost too long at this point. And I'm super happy to have it out right now. I'm super happy to, you know, have it come to light and being received the way it is. Me and Brooklyn have known each other probably since about 2009. And we did a record together. There was a single of his called Looking for Light. We did that before, and then we had a lot of success with it, a lot of success with the video, a lot of people were interested in. To be honest, it was one of the biggest records I ever had, in the sense that, you know, just the amount of views and the amount of people and what it actually did for me and what it did for him was a lot. So he came out to Toronto, I guess call it, you know, about 2013 at this point, and the intention was for me and him to sit down and get in one of my studios and record a full album. So that's basically what we did. At that point, we had recorded like 35 tracks.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, so we did that, and then, you know, we had singles and stuff, and it was almost my fault that it was taking so long, for the simple fact that I kept telling him I wanted to wait for certain videos to be shot or certain things to kind of happen so we'd have a bigger buzz with the record and the release. And then it was just, you know, right before he passed, it was something that we were talking about, and we were literally waiting to shoot the first single, and then, you know, we were going to drop that and then follow up obviously the same way that we're doing right now. But, you know, when he passed, it was something where I was like, you know, crap, I gotta put this out, you know, like, I waited too long. And then there was a lot of stuff to deal with behind the scenes, but his mother, Lori, and myself dealt with everything, and it's been incredible. It's been quite the journey, to be honest with you, a lot different than the process of other albums.
Yeah, definitely. That's crazy, man. Like, yeah, that's actually wild. So then everything you guys recorded for it, was that done in that session back then, or did you guys kind of over time, like, you know, accumulate new songs you did together and add them, or like was that basically corely just done in those 2013 sessions?
Nah, we definitely over the years. I mean, you know, that was just a 3-week period that he was in Toronto, but me and him were very much in touch with each other on, you know, almost a daily basis.
Yeah.
Excuse me. We were very, very close with, you know, just in life in general. So we were always doing that. We were always going back and forth. And right before I put out my album, since I was 16, Brook actually gave me the record that's on this album called Couple Hands. And I ended up calling it A Couple People I Know. But that was a record that he gave me for my album.
Oh, snap.
And then when this happened, like, to me, that record is huge. So I was like, this needs to be on this album, and it needs to be, you know, because more of his people are going to get to hear this instead of hearing my album.
Yeah.
Know? Like, his fan base is ridiculous. Like, his following is not, if you don't know about it, you wouldn't even understand it. It's so
like
big.
those cult following types that just move
really
like right
is.
under the radar, but they're just generating.
Mm-hmm. Like, I was talking to one of his old booking agents the other day, and she was telling me about the days when he was getting $25,000 a show. Like, I don't even think people would believe that if it didn't come from me, or it didn't come from a person that actually is the one who cut that check. Like, these are the amount of money these guys were making, you know, when they were all working together and everything was moving smoothly and there was no criminal stuff going on where they were charged or incarcerated or whatever. Like, he really had it a lot more than, you know, the East Coast would understand. And that's why I think me and him got along so well, because we were from like two different worlds, but we both did the exact same thing, and we had the same dreams, same aspirations, same goals, same families, you know. So it just works. Like, it just works so well.
And with that being said, I guess that's a perfect title for the album then as well, Two Sides to a Story. You're from two different places, but you kind of got the same story.
Yeah, exactly. Like, for me, like, I travel a lot, and I get to tour a lot. So, you know, one thing that a kid in Toronto might not understand is there's somebody in Saskatoon doing exactly what he's doing. Or there's somebody in Sarnia doing the same thing that somebody's doing in Montreal, and they don't know that. Like, I didn't know that until I seen it. You know, I didn't know that there was another person just like me in every other city that I go to. Obviously, you might not look the same, you might not talk the same, but you know, you have the same things on your mind. You're going through the same stuff. You're the same person. Like, Brook was more generous than anybody was when my daughter was born. And it's not even, you know, that's not the stuff that you need or to reassure a relationship or something. But the way he took care of his daughter is, he was like, yo, like, you know, this is what somebody did for me, so I'm going to do it for you. And it's like, those things are important. And it's like, you don't realize that as much as, you know, my relationship with my daughter, there's 100 million other people that have that same relationship, you know? Yeah. So it's always two sides, but it's basically the same story. It's the same thing.